Our phone cameras are used every single day. They serve the simple but essential purpose of point and shoot. Can the everyday person, Mr. Joe Blogs, take a good photo at ease that they're happy with? That's the main purpose of phone cameras, in my opinion. As photographers, we know that these are impressive. They get better and better every single year, but they certainly will not replace our professional setups. But that's a topic for another day. This isn't a phone versus professional camera comparison video. I want this to be a phone versus street photography video. Is the phone camera capable of typical or more traditional street photography? That's what I want to attempt anyway. This video is sponsored by Honor, and they sent me the new Honor 70 to put it through its paces and try get some street photography in the city of London. After we have some photos to work with later on in this video, we'll sit down in Lightroom with the Honor Pad 8 and I'll show you my whole editing process so you can see what stuff I like to do to achieve a certain style or look. My goal when shooting street photography with a phone is to try and get creative with the surroundings and not just take any photo that a tourist would be able to take. I want to basically try and pretend I have a pro camera in my hand and shoot like I normally would. Pretty early on in the day I managed to capture this, which is one of my favourites from the shoot. The light was just hitting the window and the restaurant perfectly for this kind of abstract reflection. Again, this one's another kind of abstract vibe, but what's really impressive with this is that I used, I think, ×3 on the camera lens, because I wanted to really get close in on the green trees and the building behind to create a nice contrast between nature and city life. This next shot shares a similar composition, but I zoomed in even more to ×10, and I was very impressed with the quality of this image. And of course I wanted to check out the ultra wide lens on the Honor 70, so here is a cliche look up shot with some skyscrapers. Why not? One of the things I was interested to try with the phone is a more run and gun, point and shoot style of street photography, maybe a little bit more of a traditional style of street photography. Can I capture some subjects doing something interesting in a short space of time? More of a spur of the moment style photo. One thing you may notice is I actually tend to go for a zoom, or at least a cropped composition when using the phone. The wide lens for me is just a little bit wider than my usual kind of focal length for street photography, and a lot of these compositions, especially cityscapes like this one, just look a little bit better when they're on ×2 or ×3. I thought that this image had potential. I liked the way that these three people were all using the same space, but it just lacks anything interesting going on because everyone's on their phone like usual, so maybe next time. Now let's jump into editing a photo on the Pad 8. Honor have this really smart multi-screen collaboration feature where you can connect your phone screen with the pad, meaning sharing files is a very simple drag and drop situation. I thought this was pretty cool. The Pad 8 has a beautiful 12-inch screen and retails for under £270, so this could be a really nice portable option for photographers who want to edit on the move. I decided to pick the first image I took with the phone as my editing example in Lightroom. I already love the colours and composition in this image, so I only need to make some simple adjustments. Because the phone automatically exposes everything for you, the first thing I did was dial back the whites, shadows and highlights, so the scene is a little more subtle. The next thing I like to do is change the temperature and tint. I generally prefer a warmer look to my photos, but keeping the adjustments small is key. I never want to overdo it. Just like most phone cameras will expose and saturate everything automatically, they will also sharpen the photo as well. The Honor 70 has done a great job at producing a pin sharp result, but I'm going to dial back the clarity and sharpness a little bit, like I do with most of my photos, just so the scene is a little more soft. Then I'll add some grain to the scene which ties it all together, before finishing the edit with some colour grading. Because this scene looks warm and is giving me film vibes already, I'll continue that look with a touch of red in the shadows and yellow in the highlights. I hope you enjoyed that little editing session, and I hope you kind of liked some of the photos I got with the Honor 70. It was interesting going into the streets with a more street photography mindset, as if I was using a professional setup, but actually I was using a phone. It's definitely not the same, and I'm not here to tell you that a phone will ever take better photos than a camera. That's not really the point of phone cameras, but it is certainly fun to have just in your pocket wherever you are wanting to take photos. Interested in the Honor 70? Order now for an exclusive pair of Earbuds 3 Pro worth $169.99. From the 25th to the 16th of September, using code AMIC30, which is on screen here, you will get an extra £30 off. I hope you enjoyed this week's street photography video and indeed the brief editing session. Of course, photos and editing styles change from situation to situation, but hopefully that gives you a little insight into the direction I like to take my photos. Please hit that subscribe button, click like, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.